Created, he said it was good. And when he created man, he said it was very good. That's why we got to understand that men are under the attack more than anything else because we carry the seed. Oh my God. God said here, I created man and it is very good. The only thing God said that he did that was not good, he said it was not good for man to be alone. He said it's not good for man to be alone. See, man was created in the likeness and the image of God, and the Bible says, behold Israel, the Lord thy God is one, and there is no other. And when God said that it was not good for man to be alone, the word alone comes from a derivative of two words, which means all one. And he said it's not good for man to be all one because he's lonely by himself. He doesn't see anything outside of himself that is suitable for himself. So God said it's not good for him to be alone. So God tells Adam, I want you to lie down. And he put him into a deep sleep. And he says, Adam, I'm going to make him a mate. I'm going to make you a mate. But I'm going to have to reach back into the ground and get what you need. Oh, my. Notice I said ground. I'm talking about us because we're nothing but dust. I'm going to leave that alone right now. I'm going to keep moving on. So while Adam was sleeping, God reached inside of him and pulls what is translated a rib out of his side, and out of him, out of the vacancy, out of the emptiness, God fashioned, God formed, God created, God shaped, he pressed together and formed the woman. And when Adam woke up out of his sleep, and I want you to understand that this is important. Listen to what I'm getting ready to tell you. It was not that he looked over at her and talked about her hair. He didn't talk about her fingernails or how lovely she was or what she smelled like or how much she spent on her makeup or how beautiful she was or how shapely her physique was or anything about her. The first thing that he noticed about her was she was a part of him. For the Bible says that she is bone of my bone. She is flesh of my flesh. And the only time that marriages work right is when we find the other person, the missing part of you. When you find the missing part of you, you get the grace to leave where you come from and cleave to them. So in order to cleave to anything, you have to evaluate it in your own spirit. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying in here today? You evaluate it in your own spirit to find out. When you got to understand that what you have found is the missing part. That means for this cause shall a man leave his mother and father and take unto him a wife. There is a leaving and then there is a cleaving between Christ and the church. There is to be a union, a celebration and intimacy between Christ and the church. There has to be a passion that exists between Christ and the church. The church is not an organization full of rules or regulations or hierarchies or boards or officials or governments or 501c3s. No, the church is an organism. It is a living thing. It is a moving thing. It is a thriving thing. It is a thing of passion. But it's a thing of fire. Don't allow anyone to put out your fire. To the point where you become frigid, where you become cold or cool or aloof. There needs to be a certain degree of passion in you. Nobody wants to be married to anybody that's cold. Kind of quiet up in here now. Y'all getting kind of tight. There ought to be some passion down on the inside of you. Our worship should be vibrant. Our prayer should be vibrant. When it comes to us getting together with God, there ought to be a desire in you. A burning, an urgency, deep down on the inside of you. You got to get with Him. Not because you're religious or not because you're guilty or not because something that you did in the past, but you ought to have a passion that ignites you. When I step up here and I start talking about Jesus and I start saying something ought to start stirring in you. Something ought to start moving in you. You ought to want to be close to Him. You ought to want to be alone with Him. You ought to want to be connected with Him, because when you're with Him, look at your neighbor and say, when you're with Him, you feel whole. When you're with Him, you feel complete. When you're with Him, you feel satisfied. When you're with Him, you've got joy. When you're with Him, you got life. When you're with Him, you got deliverance. When you're with Him, you got hope. When you're with Him, you got help. Oh my God. For the Bible said that when I'm with Him, I feel like I can run through a troop and leap over a wall. Say yes. When I'm with Him, I can overcome. When I'm with Him, you can stand. When you're with Him, you can endure. When you're with Him, you can survive. When you're with Him, you can survive. When you're with Him, look at your neighbor and say, when I'm with Him, I can make it. When I'm with Him, I can take it. You need God. God don't need you. God didn't wake up this morning and say, I need. No, you woke up this morning and you need God. Because without Him, I can do nothing. Woo! I don't feel like getting crazy in here. This has absolutely nothing to do with being emotional. And some people are and some people are not. This has something to do with being aware. Being hooked with Him fulfills the missing part. Adam says, she is bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. His attraction was based on the fact that she was his body. She was him. And when he cleaved to her, he grabbed the missing part of himself. David talks about it with God. He says, as a hart panteth after the water brooks, so panteth I after thee, O God. You're not an option. God is not an option. I need you. If I have to climb over the bushes to get to you, if I have to